Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Good morning, everybody. Hey, native girl, how you doing? All right, notification just went out, so we'll wait a couple minutes, let people join in. I got a case new to me, Christie Wilson, and we'll go over that in a minute. Let people come in, get your coffee, get cozy. I got my sweater, got my coffee because it's cold right here where I'm at, and it just rained. So we'll let everybody come in, give them a chance to come in, and then we'll get going. Hey, Carrie. Good morning. Before I forget, I kind of wanted to go over just a little bit, just a little for a second about the Jake and Harold case, the Manuel case, baby Manuel. Do you guys remember on the memorial there was a on my first live, and when I visited the memorial, there was a uh, stroller there. You guys remember that? Mhm. There's a stroller right there in the memorial. There's like stuffed animals, candles around it. Well, come to find out, that stroller somebody took out from the house. That same stroller was the same stroller that was in the porch. Someone took it out and put it in the memorial. And yeah, we would think, right, that that's part of the evidence, or they would take it as part of the evidence, or seal off the house from the public because it's a, you know, could be quote unquote crime scene. I thought that was, I don't know, that was a little disturbing because it's like it's. I would imagine that would have been evidence, maybe, I don't know, but someone took that out. That's what somebody was telling me at the courthouse, and I just remember that this morning. It just came to light, and wanted to share that with everybody because when I was live, people were asking, "Is that the same stroller from the one that was, in the house in the porch?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll find out." But yeah, it's the same stroller. So I just wanted to mention that. So let me just jump into this case. This is, give light to this case. So on October 5th, 2005, so this was in 2005, a 27-year-old woman named Christie Wilson leaves Thunder Valley Casino in Lincoln, California. Okay, she never makes it home. Her car's still in the parking lot. Her purse, her keys, her phone is untouched. The only thing missing is Christie herself. And the last person seen with her, a married father of four named Mario Garcia, which we'll go into in a little bit later. So, this is one of California's most haunting nobody murder cases. Okay. And today, we're going to go a deep dive into Christie's disappearance, the investigation, the trial, and this comes with a twist. So, Who was Christie Wilson? Christie Ann Wilson was born in 1978. She grew up in the Bay Area, surrounded by family and friends who adored her. Friends described Christie as adventurous, trusting, and someone who lit up every room she entered. She was the kind of person who made friends quickly and cared deeply. In 2005, Christie was 27. She had recently come out of a serious relationship and was exploring her independence again. She worked in technology. She loved socializing, music, and the thrill of casinos. So she liked casinos. She liked blackjack. So Thunder Valley Casino was a popular spot for locals and visitors. And on the night of October 5th, Chrissy went there to unwind. But she would never come home. So that's a background of Christy Ann, born in 1978. Really loved and adored. That on the picture, that's her mom and Christy, Debbie and Christy. Her mom was, as we'll see, she was very a big supporter of her, big supporter of the case, and big supporter of justice for Christy. All right, so we're at the casino night. As we saw, she likes to unwind. She likes to play blackjack. And as we know, those casinos at her last site, last seen in public, they have a lot of cameras. So, casino night surveillance cameras capture Christie that night. Again, tons of cameras in casinos. She played blackjack, smiling, laughing, enjoying herself. Nearby sat a 53-year-old Mario Garcia. He was a software engineer married with 4 children. So they chatted casually through the evening. Nothing appeared unusual to outsiders. And let me bring up a picture of the casino. I have a picture right here, so just give me 1 second. And for people just listening in, I'm gonna bring up a picture of her at the blackjack table, and yeah, just her chilling, relaxing, playing blackjack. So let me bring up that picture real quick. Kind of bear with me for a second. It's gonna be of her in the blackjack, pulling it up, saving it. Okay, saving it. Let's see. Here we go. Opening it up. There we go. Perfect. So this is her at the casino. This is her playing. And she is to the left of her is 53-year-old Mario Garcia. Again, at the time he was married, 4 children, and there is a picture of her on the left and Mario Garcia on the right. So, just so after that they're playing, but just after 1:15 a.m., Cameras show Christie walking out of the casino, and she is leaving alongside Garcia. That moment is the last confirmed sighting of Christie Wilson alive. And after that, she simply vanished. Let me bring up another picture of both of them walking out. Again, there's a ton of cameras in the casino, so it captured their movement. So let me bring up another picture of them walking out. Just give me 1 second, pulling it up. There are actually two pictures I want to show you from outside of the casino. I'll bring that up. I know with visuals, it's a lot helpful. I'm the same way. You can kind of see the visuals, the parking lot, what they look like, what Christy looks like, what Mario looks like, what the mom looks like. So it's a lot helpful visualizing it too. Let me just replace this. Outside of the casino, open file. We should see it in a second. Boom, right there. That's Christy and Mario right there. Together, on camera, walking out to his car. It's a really good picture, like clear picture of them. And then let me post up another picture of him leaving in his car. And the thing with that is they go to his car for whatever reason. I'm not sure. It's not stated. My guess, my speculation, my opinion is that he probably was like, hey, let's go get a cigarette. Hey, let's go get a drink. Something to lure her out to his car. Hey, do you want some extra cash? I mean, they're at a casino, right? As we all know, they take your money. He might be like, hey, you're low on chips. Come to my car. Let's have a drink. I'll give you some cash. Don't worry. That way we can hang out. Maybe that's what he was saying. Because you got to think he's got to come up with something to lure her there to his car. And, she's not just going to go just, hey, look, I have this, it has to be something where like, let's get a drink. Let's, get some more cash. And supposedly, as we'll later, maybe go into or what happened was they think that she might have been drugged and might have been, if she is drugged, then she's more able to be manipulated into like, hey, come on, let's go here, let's go there. When you're in that state of mind, you're not thinking correctly, you're not thinking straight. So it's believed that she was drugged at this point. And so they're going to the car, they are doing what they're doing. And then I'll go back to that in a second, but let me pull up that picture of Mario leaving the area, the parking lot of the casino, in his car. Let me just pull that up. Just give me 1 second. Pulling it up right now. Save as. car leaving. Let me put it up on the screen. Replace this picture. That's weird. It's not coming up. Give me 1 second. I had it saved. I mean, it's right here. All files, maybe. Let me download it again. That's weird. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Let me bring that up. I want to bring up the picture because it's really important, that picture of him driving away in the car. And let me save it again because it is really important. So just bear with me 1 second. Oh, that's why. It was in the wrong file. Okay, saving it now. Okay, saved. I'll pull it up right now. Opening it now. Boom, right there. Let me make that bigger. That's a really good picture of the car leaving. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so if you can see on your screen, I know it might look small on your screen, but this is Mario leaving the parking lot. And for those just listening in, he's in a white car. He's on the driver's seat. He's driving out of the parking lot in front of the casino, passing the camera. And there's no Christie in there, in the passenger side, in the back, nowhere. These cameras are pretty clear. I mean, it's a really clear picture, really nice picture for the time too. And they, you're not able to see anything in respect to seeing her. Christy, you can't see her. So where is she? And you're the last person to walk out with her and last person to see her. So after this is when she was missing. Again, circumstantial evidence, right? It's stacking up. The evidence is stacking up. Let me continue right here with my notes. So when Christy didn't return home, her friends and family knew something was wrong. Again, the patterns, your day-to-day routines, even if you're out at the casino, even if you're out hiking, even if you're out with friends, there's an expected time for you to come home. There's an expected time for you to go to work, expected time for you to make appointments, right? And so as the time went and she didn't return home, her friends and family knew something was wrong. She wasn't the type to go off grid, meaning just cut off conversation, meaning just take a break from it all. So police quickly responded. They found her car in the casino parking lot. Inside the car was her purse, her phone, and her keys. So that was left. So that's pretty strange, right? You're leaving all your belongings there, your car's there, but you're not there. So where are you? And nothing was missing in the car. Not the phone, not the wallet, nothing except for Christy. Another red flag. And there was no sign of struggle near the car, meaning she must have known her assailant or her attacker, if that's the route investigators at the time were going towards. So they don't know. They don't know what's going on. There's no struggle. Everything's there. Nothing's missing except for Christie. It's as though she walked into the night and disappeared. How many times have we heard that? Where they're poof, they're just gone. But detectives knew people don't just vanish, right? We all know that. People just don't go missing. They just don't get picked up by UFO. They just don't vanish without something. Oh, so something had to happen to Christie Wilson. So investigators started focusing on this guy, Mario Garcia. Uh, the way that investigators started focusing on him was because when you go to a casino, they give you a player's card. Not everybody gets it, but if you want to get points, you get a player's card. The player's card has your name, first name, last name, address, phone number, email. It has your information just depending on what casino you go and what information they have, but it definitely has your address. And I know some casinos have your phone number and your email. I don't know about this one, but his information was there and they were able to pull up his name and his address and his information because he's sitting at the blackjack. He's giving his card to the dealer. The dealer punches it in so that way you can earn points, rewards, etc. So, I mean, you're sitting next to her, you're being seen on camera walking with her. They're going to pull your information up. And that's what they did. So they brought this guy into questioning. Garcia admitted they had talked at the blackjack table. Okay, he does admit that. But he claimed Christie left him in the parking lot alive and well. He's like, nope, parking lot. We went separate ways, and she was alive last time I seen her. He insisted he had nothing to do with her disappearance. So he's maintaining his innocence. He's saying, I don't know. I saw her live. We were just chilling in the car, by the car, whatever it may be, and she left, and I left. That's his story. Okay, but detectives noticed something strange. Scratches on Garcia's face. He had scratches on his face when they interviewed him. He had scratches on his body. As you know, police will make you take your shirt off so they can see if there's any defense wounds or any just anything like this, scratches, whatnot. And he did have scratches on his eye, on his face. Which casino did she go missing? Hey, Carolina, good to see you. Welcome in. I wonder if he knew she hit at the. Oh, it was what did we say? The Thunder in California. Thunder Valley Casino in Lincoln, California. So police investigators focus on Mario Garcia. Why? Because he was the last person to see with her. He's chatting it up with her. He's leaving the casino. You can see him in the camera. Because what happens when you leave a table or leave a slot machine or whatever in the casino, you take your card out, meaning they check you out. You check in for your points and then you check out. So when he leaves that table, they don't want you to earn points if you're not playing, obviously, right? So what do? They check you out. So that's recorded too. So by the time that he's out and she's out, it's recorded that he punched out, that he checked out, and then he's walking out. I mean, it lines up. So it's not looking good for this guy. But he insists he had nothing to do with her disappearance. And the thing with the scratches when they interviewed him, he says they came from his dog. Okay, come on. Come on now. He says he fell on a tree, on a branch. He says poison oak. I'm scratching. Poison oak. I'm itchy. I'm scratching my body. Those are my scratches. Come on, man. No one's buying that. And investigators didn't buy that. Why? Because the evidence is stacking up against it. The circumstantial evidence. There's no body. There's no body right now. Okay. And so they have to go under circumstantial evidence. And without a confession, then it makes it a lot harder because he's not giving up the details. And at this moment, he's coming up with his story. My eye was scratched because of poison oak. My body scratched because I fell on a tree in the branches. But investigators weren't buying it. Hey, Dandy, good to see you. Good morning. Just going over this case. So we're going to go through the forensics breakdown, what they have, what they found, his story. So they searched Garcia's car. What they found will change the case completely. Strands of hair were recovered. DNA confirmed those hairs belonging to Christie Wilson. They also found blood inside the vehicle. Blood that much matched Christie's DNA. Boom. So now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking. All right. Let me pull up a picture of the car and the evidence. That's real important too. I have that. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull that up. I'm really liking these visuals. Hey, True Crime Girl, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you, Carolina. Good to see you, Dandy. Good to see you, Native Girl. Yeah, good to see you. Good morning, everybody. Let me see. Carrie's in here too. Yeah, we're all just hanging out, talking true crime. Let me pull this up again. I'm really liking these visuals. It's really, I mean, I can only paint the picture so much, but when you have evidence, and as have we seen with these cases that I've been covering and we've been seeing, and you're joining us, we're starting to see, it's not 1970s. This is in 2005. This is in the 2000s. So there's video camera footage, and as we're going into modern times, we're going to start to see that. We're going to start to see forensics, DNA, hair, footage, digital footprints. And this is what we're seeing right here. This case right here is showcasing the modern technology and the modern forensics of video, DNA, hair, and police tactics too. We got to remember that sometimes police tactics, they go in these avenues where they say, look, we found a hair. What do you have to say, Rochelle? If matches with her, you said she never went in your car. You said she left. You said you parted ways. So how did that get in there? Another inconsistency. Let me pull that picture up of the evidence where they found in his car. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull that up. All right, pulling it up, replacing this image of the car leaving the casino. Here is some of the evidence. Boom, right there. Okay, image is processing. Hope you see it. Look at this right here. All those red circles, blood, blood, blood. How the heck did it get it there? So now we have DNA confirming she was inside his vehicle. I mean, that's huge. Not only blood, but Not only blood, but hair too. They found hair in his car. Carrie says, all the casinos I've gone to also had security with car running the parking lot. It's not security on foot. Yeah, a lot of the casinos, they want to protect their customers, right? They want to make sure you come in safely, make sure you leave safely, and yeah, their foot security, camera security, and yeah, I mean, yeah, the going around there in the parking lot, and you'll see that a lot in the casinos now. You'll see patrol cars, and if you need help, they'll help you. If you need a jump start, they'll help you jump your car. Even if you need gas too, sometimes, hey, I whatever reason you went there, you came from a long trip, you didn't put gas in it because you wanted to gamble, they'll give you gas to go to the gas station. They'll give you plenty of gas to go to the gas station. Why? Because they want to they want to take care of their customers. They want you to be okay. They want you to come back. uh Danny says, I give my extra money to the homeless. The odds of getting it back are better than at the casino. Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Yeah, no car robbers too. So yeah, this scene is set up, in the casino entertainment, and there's footage, and luckily there is a lot of footage um, that investigators have worked with, as opposed to no footage, as opposed to the 1970s, things like that. So yeah, here we see a picture of blood, boom, blood right there in the handle, boom, blood right there in the where you open the door. So that's pretty interesting. Let me go back to my notes. So the investigators are grilling Mario, showing him the evidence. We've seen that in interrogation rooms, right? You're saying one thing, like, look, she left. She 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 left. We chit chatted and she left. But then you get presented with evidence, and it's not coincidence. I mean, this is evidence of violence, of blood, of hair. So detectives believe Christie had been inside Garcia's car, and she had been injured, maybe fatally. Okay, maybe fatally injured or killed. So Garcia's story of she just walked away was collapsing. Again, inconsistencies with the story. You're saying she walked away, but the evidence is showing one thing: circumstantial evidence, DNA, hair. So by you saying, look, she walked away, she never got in my car, and then we have evidence, boom, it's like right there, they caught you in a lie. They know that your story is falling apart. So why is your story falling apart? You're saying she wasn't there, you're hiding something. So they did focus on him big time, big time. So they're now focusing on him primarily because now of the evidence, the hair, the DNA. So we go on to building the case, right? It's important building the case. Even with the DNA evidence, one huge obstacle remained: there was still no body. In homicide prosecution, a missing body is a massive challenge. It means no cause of death, no murder weapon, no time of death. That's huge. But prosecutors felt they had enough evidence. They had Christie's DNA in Garcia's car. Hey, Louise, welcome. They had his scratches. Again, inconsistencies with his stories, circumstantial evidence. We have no body, no problem. The defense can get cute with it. No body, no crime. Fine. These investigators, they can get cute too. No body, no problem. Here we go. So they had his scratches. They had surveillance footage of them two leaving together. That's huge too, right? Circumstantial evidence. So they believe Garcia had killed Christie Wilson. We go into October 2005. They arrested him. Boom, you're under arrest. So he was charged with their murder and without a body. But they did believe they had enough evidence, circumstantial evidence. His story was inconsistent. And they had footage of them. He was the last person seen with her. I mean, that's huge circumstantial evidence. 2006, the trial. We're going into the trial now. This takes place in Placer County Superior Court. The trial of Mario Garcia began. Excuse me. Before I jump into that, there's another picture I wanted to show too, if you don't mind. It's a picture of her in the casino taking a phone call from her boyfriend, which also eliminated him and gave him an alibi, gave him his story. His story, held up. He's saying I was on the phone with her. Investigators looked into it, and it's true. And you see it on the footage, on the camera. He's talking to her because investigators, they'll go from inside your circle to family and friends, and then they go out always. So they focused on the boyfriend, of course, naturally, but he got ruled out quick. Why? Because he had an alibi. He had evidence that he called her. He's not in the area. The cell phone's pinging somewhere else, and so they don't go in that avenue, and that's huge, and that's really huge because investigators, you're not just going to focus on him just based on just, oh, you're the boyfriend, you did it, of course the boyfriend always does it. No, you have to have evidence to present to a judge, to a jury. So let me pull up that picture real quick. I'm going to download it real quick off here, and then I'm going to present that because that's huge too. She's on the phone with her boyfriend in the casino, and you can clearly see her on the phone, and you can see her talking with somebody, and it matches up. It matches up with the phone call, with the phone records. Boom, you're cleared. So let me pull that up. Replace. Yeah, inconsistencies. Yep. Inconsistencies. Here we go. See, here's another picture of her. Again, more video, more picture of Christie walking, holding her phone on her right hand, talking on the phone, talking to her boyfriend. And she's like, no, I'll be home soon. Thanks for checking up on me. I'm okay. Everything's cool. I'll be home soon. Another thing, she's saying she'll be home soon, right? And so when she doesn't come home, then you're like, what the heck happened? You're concerned. So I wanted to definitely show that one too. Let me see. And so the trial begins for him. Let me put up a picture of him. I don't think I have. Put a picture of him so you can see him. And he's in court. Here we go. Let me just pull that up. 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Save image. Garcia. Downloading, pulling him up. Replace. So this is the guy, Mario Garcia, last known person to be seen with Christie. I mean, just everything is matching up with this guy. A lot of circumstantial evidence. They still don't have a body. They still don't know where she is. So that's him. And I don't want to have him too much on the screen, so I'm going to replace it with her and with Christie and her mom. But I just want you to, get a picture, a whole picture of the case. Replace. And we'll replace one with Christie or with Christie and her mom. There we go. Yeah, Dandy. Very good point. When I saw him, I was like, whoa, he looks shady. Shady. Even if I didn't know like his backstory, I would still get that feeling from this guy. For sure. Okay, let me go back to my notes. I put the picture up of Christy and her mom. Because this is about her keeping her memory alive, keeping the story alive. 2006, Placer County Superior Court, the trial of Mario Garcia begins. So the prosecutors, they build their case brick by brick, circumstance by circumstance. Hey, Rome, good to see you. Welcome in. Okay. They lay out the DNA evidence, the blood on the car. They laid out the hair. They laid out the scratches. I mean, by themselves, it's nothing. It's okay. We can kind of explain it, whatever. She might have gone in there, got my cigarette. She might have done this. She might have done that. But when you have blood, when you have her hair, when you have DNA, her DNA, I mean, it just starts stacking up. So that's what the prosecution was laying out as evidence. They also called witnesses who described Garcia's temper. They go into his character. The guy had a freaking temper. Okay? We've seen that before in cases where people with a temper, they don't get their way, and then somebody says no, or somebody says like, whoa, what the heck are you doing? They get a temper and then they attack the person. Physically, verbally, we see that all the time. So be careful with those people, with people with tempers. And so they painted him as a man capable of violence. Could he be capable of this? Yes, the prosecution was painting a picture. Okay, here's the defense. Uh, the defense is going to fight back. They're going to fight for your rights. They're going to fight for your innocence, of course. So what do they tell the jurors? The defense: there's no body, no murder weapon, and no eyewitness to said murder. They suggested that Chrissy could have just run away. Run away. The circumstantial evidence. So they argued that the evidence was just that, circumstantial. That's what they argued. But circumstantial evidence can be very powerful, can be powerful. We've seen that time and time again, especially here in California with no body cases, which we've been focusing on to lead up to the Jake and Harold, as I think it's going to lead up to no body conviction, no body crime, no body arrest. Piece by piece, it painted a chilling story. It starts to paint a chilling story. Okay. So there was another eyewitness when they were at the casino, and um, we let's see. So yeah, there was a doctor. So we saw on the picture that Christie is sitting to the right of Mario, and Mario's to the left. And then on the left to Mario at the blackjack table, you see Well, there's a doctor that came forward. Okay, witnesses again. Witnesses. 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 Can I get a witness? He said, okay, remember when Mario was saying, okay, they asked him, how did you get those scratches? He said, well, I've had these scratches. I've had them. I've had them from poison oak, from falling on a branch. I mean, come on, man. Right? I, I mean, I get it. You're a hiker, you're a walker, you're a nature guy. You're not. And so this a doctor comes and it testifies as a witness, and he's saying he never saw his eye scratch. He never saw any scratches on his face. And him being a doctor, he's very observant of those types of injuries. He said, I would have seen that. And I believe him because he's a doctor. He notices things like that. He notices injuries. He's going to want to say, like, hey, that's, how people are. Hey, what's good for that scratch? You know what's good for your eye? Hey, what happened to your eye? And when you're there too, you're shooting the shit with other people. Hey, how you doing? It's a lot less loose. Hey, what happened to your eye, man? Did you get beat up? What happened? And the doctor sitting next to him, and as you know, if you've ever sat on a blackjack table, and as we saw in the pictures, you're shoulder to shoulder. You're very close. So he would have seen that. I believe him. And he didn't see that. But Mario was saying to investigators, I've always had this. I've always had these scratches. I've had them before. And an eyewitness comes forward with an inconsistency in his story. To me, that's huge. That is huge. Because you're saying one thing and it just starts adding up. Alone, fine, whatever. You don't want to talk about it. Somebody beat you up, somebody, whatever, you're embarrassed. That's fine. But when it starts stacking up, then that's where it starts to get dicey. Let me go back to my notes. So we go into the verdict. They presented the evidence. They came forward with witnesses. They came forward with DNA. They came forward with hair, video, picture, phone call, placing her there. His card, his player's card, they call it player's card. Mario being there. I mean, he was there. And he puts himself there. And he puts himself the last person to see her, but says she just walked away. And of course, investigators didn't believe him. So fast forward, we go to the verdict, okay? And keep in mind, the body's still not recovered. They don't know where the body is. This guy's not talking about where the body. He's maintaining his innocence. So after weeks of testimony, the jury deliberated. Deliberated. They weighted the evidence, the lies, the DNA. They took everything into consideration, not just the DNA. So in September 2006, the verdict came in. Mario Garcia was found guilty of first-degree murder with no body here in California. Boom. First-degree murder. So he was sentenced to 59 years to life for Christie's family. Justice was served. But the agony wasn't over. Christie's body still remained missing. Her body is nowhere to be found. She's nowhere to be found. But the verdict was guilty on first-degree murder. So the jury believed that, yeah, first degree. So we go on to that, and in one of the hearings where he goes and tries to, the judge, for your sentencing, the judge asks, like, if you have, impact statements, if you have anything to say for yourself. And what Mari was saying, like, oh, I guess today is the day that I'm supposed to, show mercy and say I'm sorry. And I mean, real piece of shit stuff coming out of this guy's mouth. saying like, but I will not do such a thing. I'm innocent. I maintain my innocence. I didn't kill her. I don't know where she is. I'm innocent. And that was his statement, is saying, I didn't do this. I don't know what happened. So that was interesting, like him saying that. So we go into the long wait, okay? So for nearly a decade, the Wilson family had no closure. They did get justice, but the closure, and even that word is a little iffy, but Garcia refused to talk. Every appeal, every hearing, Christie's parents showed up. They never stopped fighting for her memory. They became advocates for the missing persons cases. They give interviews, spoke at events, and helped other families. But behind all that was a haunting question: where was Christie? Okay. Um, Another deep dive into this too is that um, this piece of shit guy Mario, he while he's locked up, appeal after appeal, the mom Debbie goes on camera and says is trying to like plead with Mario, a message to him saying like, look, tell us where the body is, man. We'll forgive you. We'll just pretty much asking him to tell them where she is. And this guy Mario, this piece of shit, is using that as leverage. Okay, how fucked up is that? That you're using, I'll tell you where the body is. Maybe I did something. Maybe if you give me leniency, if you talk to the judge about me that I'm cooperating. I mean, just pure bullshit, pure piece of shit thing to hold over somebody's head, over for the family's head, to say like, look, if we work together, then maybe I can show you where she is, but in return for leniency. I mean, that's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. So yeah, the uncertainty, that's the unknown. A lot of families, they did just, they don't you know find the remains. They don't know where they are, so they're left with this void of the unknown, the uncertainty. Yeah, he's definitely a monster. There's like, I mean, it was bad enough that you got convicted for first degree murder, but now you're doing extra. You're doing extra. You're doing too much. Now you're using that as a bargaining chip. And that's how these guys operate. That's how these fucking guys operate. They think about themselves only. They don't think about the families. They don't think about their victims. They don't think about their family, right? I mean, he was married with 4 children. They're not thinking about the children. They're not thinking about the wife. And the wife at this time is maintaining her innocence, his innocence. I'm sorry. Sticking by her husband. And where do we see that? We see that in the Richard Allen now, right? Currently. And we're seeing this here. And we're seeing that she's sticking by her husband, believes her husband is innocent. And it has parallels to that case too. And as we go further into this case, we'll see the developments and of her changing her mind about how she feels about him. And I think that's what's going to happen in the Richard Allen case too, is that his wife is going to come around later. I don't know when, but she will come around and come to terms that he's guilty and he killed Abby and Libby. And we're seeing that here right now in this part of the story. She's sticking by him. He's innocent. And, advocating for him. So let me look at my notes. So we see a breakthrough in 2016 So this is 10 years later, 2016. Investigators get a new lead. They start searching the land once owned by Garcia. Out of all places, boom, they start searching his house. And the reason they came to that idea, the reason they went there to go search is they went there with they started talking to the kids. The kids are saying, they're starting to change their tune. They're starting to change their attitude about their dad. They're starting to recollect things that are odd now. Same with the wife, right? And so one of the kids is like, "Look, I had an important soccer game to go to, and my dad, Mario, he blew it off, and it was important to me, and he's always there." And again, inconsistencies. I mean, changing your pattern, right? I mean, it goes both ways: changing your pattern, changing the victim's pattern, and Christie's pattern. If you're always going to the soccer game, your boy's soccer game, and then all of a sudden you're not going to, and you're saying, "I'm not going," that raises huge flags, and that stuck out to him. That stuck out to the kid, to the son, and he remembers Mario, his dad, saying, "I'm not going," and he had a look of anger in his face, and that's what stuck up to him. Yeah, the control, the narcissist, yeah, they love that shit. They love the control, they love the manipulation, they love the triangulation, they love all that. Yep, good, great point. And so they investigators, they okay, let's focus on that. Let's go to his house. He was in a tractor. Okay, what was he doing in the tractor? So they start, going back to square one, his home. And at this, they do ground penetrating radar. Again, advances in technology which help look for voids. They call them voids on the ground or disturbances. They found 3 voids, 3 disturbances on the property. They dug up one disturbance, they dug up one void, nothing. They move on to the next one. And this is in 2016. Years later, they go to the next hole, the next void, I'm sorry, the next disturbing, again with ground radar, penetrating radar. They dig, nothing. Okay, let's say they're okay, the third one. Let's go to the third one. They're not giving up. And so the investigators, they feel confident with the third one. That's what they were saying in their interview. So they start digging. They start digging with a tractor, and they see out of their corner of the eye, they see something shining, a bone, what appears to them to be a bone, because they're trained to look at things like that. They have a good eye for evidence, and so they tell the operator, the heavy equipment operator, to stop. They go in there and they find bone remains. I mean, they dug deep. It's huge. It's deep. Let me see if I can find the picture. I do have it actually. Let me find that so that way you can see how deep the hole was when they were excavating. Let me just pull that up. Give me 1 second. All right, saving the file. I'm gonna save a couple files because it's the home. There's one aerial view, like a drone view. Save that one. Let me save the other one too, which is the dig site. Dig site, saving. All right, let me pull that up. Pull up some images I downloaded. just for this case. Okay, here's an aerial view of Mario's home, previous home. Here we go. Let me make it bigger for everybody. So he had a huge property. So this is an aerial view of the property. I mean, a big place. So then they started focusing on that area where the son was like, yeah, this is where he dug, or this is where he was, staying busy because he had a soccer game. And the thing with this is like when investigators went previously before, they said that Mario did a really good job at concealing a dig site. And to do that, that's huge because when you dig, there's disturbed ground. You have to compact it, and you can still kind of see it. But if you rake it, if you compact it, if you go over it, maybe with tire marks, to blend in with the rest. I mean, they said he did a really good job. That it did not look undisturbed. It did not look at a place until they got that new information. So that's huge. I mean, that to me is like, how many places have they seen where they go to the house, they go near the house, and it's like right there, right? And but this guy, I mean, damn, this guy, investigators said they had a huge that he had a huge property and that he did a good job covering it. I mean, they admitted to that, which I like. They admitted that, look, we oversaw it. It didn't look disturbed. But with ground penetrating radar, then that was a game changer. Let me pull up the other picture of the dig site. Let me replace this 1 second. But yeah, it's a nice property, big property. And here is the dig site. This is the third hole investigators went to after the first two had nothing in them. So this is the third hole right here. This is an excavator. And look how deep it is. I mean, you have an excavator going in there, right? I mean, look how much dirt is out. And look how wide it is. I mean, that's pretty deep. Look at the side right here. I mean, that's huge. That's deep. That's huge. So he made sure to bury said body on here. Okay, let me go to my notes. Oops, spilled my coffee. No problem. So they dug carefully, methodically, and what they found ended the search. We're at the end of the search. Human remains, DNA confirmed the identity of Christie Wilson. Boom. So after 10 years, she was finally found in his property, right there, in the yard, in his home. I mean, how crazy is that? That's a huge twist that years later she's found on his property. So her family could finally bring her home. And this was huge for investigators, for the family, for the family to bring her home to have some type of the word closure is not, I don't know, that word is tricky, but to find at least some type of peace, I should say, some type of peace that they found the body because DNA confirmed it, and it was in his property. I mean, what a piece of shit, right? He's knowingly, it's on his property this whole time, knowing that he's in court saying that I didn't do this. I don't know where she's at. She's still alive. Knowing she's still buried in his property, trying to use her as a bargaining chip to try to get leniency from the court, from the family. I mean, just piece of shit stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, they found her. The investigator found her. The mom never lost hope. The mom always fought to find her. The mom always fought to try to tell this guy, like, hey, tell us where she is. Clear it off your conscience. We know you did it. And we know you know where she's at. So we go into the aftermath. The Wilsons, they had a proper burial for Christie. They honored her life, her spirit, and her memory. Her mother, Pat, said, "Now we can begin to heal." I mean, that's beautiful for the family. So for the family, it was a moment of bittersweet relief. So that's beautiful. She says, "Now we can begin to heal." The community rallied around them, and the case entered California's legal history. So this became history in the California legal system of no body convictions, convicting first degree murder. Not only that, but decades later, 2000, what do we say, 2016, her body was found a decade later. Um, so, the legacy of this case, the Christie Wilson case, it became a landmark. It proved that a no body does not mean no justice. It proved that no body does not mean no justice. You can take that to the bank. Law schools and true crime experts studied it. It showed the power of forensic evidence in the modern age. Again, we're starting to move to modern cases, forensics, and evidence in this day and age. So it inspired other families facing similar tragedies, and it gave prosecutors confidence in pursuing difficult cases. Christie's parents turned pain into advocacy. They made sure her story was never forgotten. How beautiful is that? So, Christine Wilson was more than just a case file. She was a daughter, a friend, a vibrant young woman. Her life was stolen, but her story still lives on. Her case showed that justice can prevail even without a body. Her family and her family's perseverance is a reminder. Love never gives up. That's important. Love never gives up. And the truth will eventually come to light. Eventually, you can't escape your faith. I always say that. No matter what, you can push it, you can come up with all these stories, but in the end, you can't escape your faith. Um, so yeah, please share this story, her memory, and the lessons from this case live on. And I believe that's really important. That's super important. Let me pull up another picture of her mom, because her mom was, her mom stuck with it and never gave up. That's powerful. That's inspiring. I just grab that picture for everybody. Saving. It's a picture of the mom at a pier in one of Christie's anniversary. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is the mom at a pier with some flowers. Probably thinking about good memories, justice, her journey. This is on one of the anniversaries. So I thought this was beautiful right here at the pier. They said they had like a plaque in memory of her, which is, I don't know. It's all this right here, the flowers, the pier, the plaque, her mom not giving up. It's all beautiful in the name of justice. Hey Delulu, welcome. So this is the part where we kind of shake it off a little bit. We kind of loosen up a little bit, and we keep the stories alive. We keep the memories alive. And as I was saying earlier, it's not just a case file. It's not just uh, what it may be. It's more than that. And I started seeing true crime in a different light when I started really diving into. Excuse me. When I started really diving into the families of missing and murdered people, and you kind of see a story, you kind of move on from it, another one comes up, and this stuck with me. Is like they're still with that tragedy, right? We as a viewer, we kind of go on to another case, we look at another case, something comes up. Excuse me. But they're still in that, and that have always stuck with me. um Excuse me, let me grab some water real quick. Just talk amongst yourselves. This is where we loosen up a little bit after a heavy case. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to use the restroom too. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, so this is the part we kind of just hang out, let loose a little bit, kind of shake it off a little bit, stretch, and so that way we don't leave on a too heavy note. Excuse me. There's this book I was trying to find. Let me see if I can find it. It's a really good book. Um, if not, I'll post it up later. And shout out to CBS. A lot of these pictures come from there. I'm gonna make sure to post like the links and the name of the journalist and things like that because I really have more respect for journalists, their work and their effort into bringing cases, and that way I could carry the case and cover it and make it my own. But they do really good work. These journalists, I mean, they go above and beyond, talking to the families, talking to law enforcement, talking to the investigators, sometimes the prosecution, sometimes the defense. So I definitely want to give credit to CBS and give where I got my information, the articles, reading it. Of course I have to read it, I have to look through it, and there's I do my part too. But I want to put the show notes. I'll give links and credit to people that covered it. I think it's only fair. And hey, Kate, good to see you. Welcome in. We're at the end of the show, at the part where we just hang out for a little bit. Oh, okay. I'm trying to find the book. I mean, it's been so long since I read it because that was another, you know, where I dove deep into cases. Uh, oh, cool, nice, nice, Kate. Yeah, welcome. So we're just kind of hanging out, letting loose a little bit, stretching out, grabbing water, bathroom break. I don't like leaving the room like on a heavy note. I feel like last time when we did that, it wasn't good, and then after that, well, for me at least, and then after that, we started letting loose, cracking jokes, kind of just hanging out, and I felt like we left, and other people too gave me feedback that that was good. Like we left on a different note, on a different feeling. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. I mean, I am doing that, but I'm trying to find this book, really powerful book, and I really want to mention it. I want to. Let me see. Meditation. Yeah, actually, I actually do like meditation. I do that every chance I get. Yeah, I like meditating. Meditating's good. It like lowers the volume on your head. You know, you close up your thoughts. I remember um I got so into it. Yeah, meditation. Yeah, I love meditating. It's great. Um yeah, I started getting into it so much that I started doing like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. meditation. Like what you would do is you would go to bed at your normal hour, say 9 or whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be that day, that time, but it has to line up with like 6 hours into or 4 hours into your sleep because the theory is that when you're into REM sleep, you start to access different parts of your brain. And so what I would do is I would wake up, set my alarm like around 6 hours into my sleep, 4 hours into my sleep, and you wake up and you're kind of just out of it, and you start meditating, and it's a weird feeling because it's almost psychedelic feeling. To me, meditation is the closest thing I've ever gotten to psychedelic feeling. And I would do that like 4 hours into my sleep. I would wake up, set an alarm, and you're in a REM sleep state, but you're in a different. They call it like alpha, waves or whatever. And so you start meditating, and you're more susceptible. You're more in tune with your meditation. Supposedly, theory. I don't know. Okay, I found the book. Uh, do you guys remember the J.C. Dugard case? She was kidnapped in 1991 at the age of 11 while walking to her school bus in South Lake Tahoe, California. Oh, nice, Kate. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, considering the heaviness of the topics, right? I mean, it's kind of it's a like juxtaposition, to try to put those things side by side. So I'm glad we kind of get to hang out a little bit and yeah, just hang out afterwards. But yeah, that story that's one of the first stories that's one of the first stories I started reading her memoir. That memoir, it's called A Stolen Life. I'll put it on here if you ever want a reading. I mean that book is powerful, and it accounts for her experience as she was kidnapped and her kidnapper and where she stayed. I mean, it goes deep into it, and as she's seen herself in the news, and I mean, it's wild. I recommend that book for the true crime in you. This book is a must. So let me put that on here. Stolen Life. Yeah, that one I recommend. It's a it's a easy to read book, but it's a heavy topic. So just a heads up. I don't know why it came up twice on here. Yeah, JC Dugard. Let me see if I can find a picture of that. Yeah, the reading list. Yeah, it's long. I mean, it's but this one, I think this one, it like you just dive into it, and I think I read it in like a week or less, and that was just. I mean, you just that's one of the books where you're like, whoa, like you just can't put it down because you're wondering like what the heck is happening, what's going to happen, and yeah, that book is it's just, powerful, powerful. Let's see if I can bring up a picture. I think I might read that again. Actually, it's been a while. That's how good it is. Let me share my screen. Maybe it will jog people's memory. Oh, really? What? Uh, can you expand on that, Delulu? That's interesting. Thank you for that recommendation. Maybe I'll do a story on her after I read the book again. I'll cover it. I mean, not do a story. I mean, it's already out there, but I'm saying cover it. How was the video? Can I get a little feedback on the video? Was it choppy? Was it good? Was the visuals coming up? I can't really, on my end, I can't really tell. Um, I rebooted everything, so I'm really wondering if things went a lot smoother than before. If you can give me some feedback, constructive criticism is always welcome. You know, there's a way to say things elegantly. Huh? I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, calm. Yeah. Here are several worlds in narrator because each time you listen. Oh wow. For oversleeping. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna give you a vitamin. It's called L-theanine, 400 milligrams. This one is by far, and I've tried many, 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 many pills, many sleep aids. This one by far just blows them all out of the water. Forget about um, your insomnia pills. Forget about the edibles. Forget about what else is there, right? There's whatever it may be. L-theanine, it's a vitamin, really good, real subtle, and it puts you to bed as if you're being soothed to bed, and you wake up with no crash. I mean, no what's it called, the groggy. Remember the grogginess when you take an edible, when you take sleeping aid? The grogginess is what I hated. You feel drowsy. With this, you wake up ready to go, ready to go. Boom. Why? Because your brain relaxed. Your brain shut down for the night. We all have that problem sometimes, right? Our brain just won't shut off. We're thinking about this, we're thinking about that, we're thinking about what's due. I mean, it's all crazy. Like we're just we're just like overwhelmed. But this, I'll put it on the screen too. Called L-theanine. Highly recommend it. Please take it. It changed my life for the better. It's a vitamin, 400 milligrams. Take one, take two if needed. But freaking, I mean, this stuff is great. And you're supposed to preferably take it on an empty stomach so it hits your system fast. And you'll fall asleep gradually. You'll fall asleep fast, but in the sense of faster than what if you were just to be awake and tossing and turning. This one, man, it's like it feels with this, it feels like the hand of God is like caressing your hair to me. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's how I mean it feels good to get sleep. It feels good to get to have your brain shut off. And oh, okay, thank you, Louise. I appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. And yeah, this stuff is great. This stuff is great. What I like about that, it puts you to sleep gradually. You also don't wake up with what's it called, grogginess. I hate the grogginess. The grogginess when you wake up, you get good sleep, you pass out, and you wake up groggy. So what use is to get a good sleep if you're waking up groggy, you're cranky, and your whole day is just not good. But with this, you wake up ready to go, and that's a huge difference. Um, so I found it very helpful. I highly recommend it for sleep. L-theanine, 400 milligrams. Take one first. If you need more, take two. And yeah, I'm gonna read that book again. It's really good. My body doesn't agree. Yeah, I really want to try this. It's a vitamin. I don't know how the heck I've never heard of this, because every time you Google something, right? It's like, what do I use? What's good for sleep? Oh, take this, take tea. But with tea, you have to get up and then you have to use the bathroom, right? You have to use the restroom. I hate that. I don't like that. What's the point? You Google, how do I get good sleep? Are there any pills? They recommend you pills, prescribe that NyQuil, Dayquil, whatever. And those things get you groggy. They have alcohol in them. It's not good. And I mean, once you try this, you'll be blown away. Try one first for the night, and then try two. If you need two, try two. Um, oh, journaling too. Yeah, I've heard that too. I do want to do that. Journaling before bed. I heard that's really good for your brain. Yeah. Meditation, journaling is good, but this is just another tool in your arsenal of sleep. We all have our routines when we go to sleep. We take a shower. We take a cold. I like cold showers because it shocks my body, my soreness from hikes. I usually take an ice bath. I haven't lately because I haven't needed to, because I've been taking good proteins. Um, yeah, for sure. But this is good. I mean, the L-theanine is good. I'm trying to think of what is. There was one for sleep. I forget what it's called, but it's like it's always recommended, and that's like people's default. And I don't know how the heck I never found out about this vitamin that helps you sleep and shuts your brain off. I mean, it doesn't shut it completely, but compared to just your mind racing, this is good. But yeah, journaling, meditation, ice bath, a little walk, talking. When you talk to your friends and family, gin. Yeah, gin is good too. Gin, I heard gin is good. That I do like in a tea. I just don't like taking that. I don't like taking tea before bed because then I have to use the restroom. I'm having good sleep. It's good. You sleep good, but then you have to wake up for that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna read that today. I'm gonna start that book today. I got caught up with a bunch of stuff today. I got caught up with people and melatonin. That's what it is. That's what it is. Melatonin. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate that. Melatonin. Melatonin's good. Melatonin is good, but when you wake up, I get super groggy. And that one, I deep sleep, but I wake up groggy in a bad mood. I don't like it. Gin and juice. Yeah, melatonin. Yeah, same. Groggy. And then the rest of the day, remember this with melatonin is you have brain fog. Oh my goodness, the brain fog is what is another thing too, the brain fog. And with this, I feel like my mind, the fog gets cleared up a bit. Uh this L-theanine stacked with like a mushroom complex is really good for yeah, same. Louise says she wakes up or she sleeps like they're dead. Yeah, Carrie, same. You wake up in a bad mood. And what's the whole point of getting good sleep if you're in a bad mood? It makes no sense. I spilled my coffee earlier. Just clean that up. Let's see if I can find. Let me see what this mushroom complex is really good too. Yeah, it is. It is like spilling holy water, huh? So last night I took some of the L-theanine, the vitamin we're talking about. I left my window open, and it started to rain for the first time in a while here in California. The air was crisp, clean. I could breathe, and I was cozy. And with this L-theanine, I mean, it just was the cherry on top. Because we've all had that, right? Where we're comfortable, where we have our PJs on, we have our blanket, our favorite blanket, we have our pillows are all puffed up, and what happens? We're tossing and turning, right? Hate that. But last night was good. It was the perfect storm, so to speak, of comfortness, and it's been chilly today, real nice. Yeah, I was trying to look for that book. Um, I did. I spilled coffee. Hey, Kate, do you remember the stroller? We talked about this earlier, but you came in later. Uh, you know the stroller that was in the memorial? I don't know if you remember that, or if anybody else remembers that. We went over that, and I found out someone. Yeah, for sure. I found out somebody took the stroller out of the backyard porch and placed it in the memorial. That's the same stroller from the property to the memorial. How crazy is that, right? We were talking that, saying that. I mean, isn't that evidence, right? But yeah, we're definitely out of the heat for now. Yeah, the stroller. I was trying to see. Let me see if I can pull a video of that. Give me a second. I'm still cleaning my coffee. Give me 1 second. You had it on pause. Yeah, that stroller was disgusting. I agree, Kate. Kate says the state of that stroller, you wouldn't put a dog in it. I agree. Native girl was on pause. You wish. Sweat member. Carrie says the month of September, I call it September. Kate Mark is currently on the floor sucking up the coffee with a straw. That's when I said you wish. Native girl, I was wondering what the heck you're talking about. Let's see if I can pull up a video of the memorial. See if I have it on my phone. Because if I open up YouTube, it's gonna. I know it's gonna slow it down. Let me look through my files. Oh, you're talking about the fire next to the house? That fire was pretty close to the house, like steps away from their property line. The house is Jake and Rebecca's house is like back over there in the property, but where the road is, it's like right across the street. Like the road, and then boom, it's right there, the property. That's how close it was. And the neighbor's yard, it got burned too. When I was there, I felt bad because he, he was still rebuilding. I've heard of that stuff. The Charlie Kirk Memorial. I mean, you shouldn't do that with any memorial. It doesn't matter who it is, what it is. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm not really. I've learned a lot more about his views about this and the other, but I mean, those are his views. Those fine. Like, come up with a better idea, to fight that idea. And people have, and people gravitate towards those ideas. That's why he has his fan base, and on the opposite side of that, they have the other fan base. I think that's good, and you come together, and you're like, okay, well, I don't agree with that, this and the other, and maybe you learn something from both sides. Excuse me. It was to me being there, Carolina, being there, super suspicious. Super suspicious. To me, I mean, I had a few ideas, few theories, opinions. I think maybe it could have been a drug spot. It could have been a spot where people were hoarding. I mean, not hoarding. What's that word? The word is escaping me because I'm bouncing back and forth from topics. Thank you. I have no coffee now. Let me grab some water. Yeah, and when you see it up close, the burning of the thank you everybody, appreciate you. when you see it up close, it looks, yeah, it looks, I mean, it was intentional, but it looks intentional. It looks like you're burning evidence. It looks like you're making just burning evidence. Yeah, just burning whatever there is, whether it's drugs, whether it's this, whether it's that. You're trying to get rid of stuff. And that fire burned heavy. And you see those two people just walking away. I mean, I wish I was there for that because I would have just followed them, at a safe distance and maybe got in the picture of them. Because, I mean, not only you're burning a house, but you're getting the neighbor's house too. And that's messed up. I mean, what the heck did the neighbor? I mean, the neighbor is just collateral damage. And now he has to deal with that. His yard is messed up. His side of the house is messed up. It's got a lid on it. But I want to pull up the video. I mean, if I have the actual video, I should. That'd be a lot better. So I don't have to open up YouTube. But if I have to open up YouTube, that's fine. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay, let me send it to myself. Here we go. Sippy cup. I wish. I wish I had a sippy cup. All right, let me pull this one up. Oh, it's weird. Let me try to send it again. I don't want to open up YouTube. My shoulder's feeling a little bit better. There we go. Closes some more tabs. Save as. Come up here, put the image. Yeah, there's the stroller right there. That's wild. That is wild because people were pointing that out. Don't tease me, Kate. I will do it. Don't tease me. So there's a stroller. And people were asking, isn't that the same stroller that was in the backyard? I was like, I don't know. Let me check. And then when I went to the hearing, yeah, they were saying that that's what it is. The same one from the porch. That's wild. You're right. Rottweiler. Wasn't me. So I'm gonna try to look for that other picture of the stroller in the backyard and then put it together, put it side by side. Maybe when I go up there again, I'll take a really good picture of it. But that's what it is. I mean, looks like it. Definitely looks like it. And people are saying that that's the same one. When I was in the waiting room to go into the court, people were saying that's the same stroller. Somebody took it out, and yeah, you would have thought that's evidence, right? It's freaking wild. Yeah, that's one thing I don't want, like the defense to be like, no, there was people coming in and out. There was the stroller got taken out. Uh, DNA evidence is contaminated. I mean, I'm almost sure they're gonna bring that up if it goes to trial to that extent. I know they're gonna bring that up. There's people. It was the crime scene wasn't what if that's the crime scene, the house wasn't taped off. Who knows what went in there? Who went in there? I mean, I could definitely see them talking about that. Yeah. Yep. I didn't get a chance to go there when I was at the court. Oh well, next time though. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. You know, the love and support the community brought. Let's see if I can pull up YouTube because I know in the video you could see it. So I don't want to jinx it, but if it starts lagging, then I'll just come. I'll just exit out and we'll go from there. Hopefully not, because it's been smooth. I don't want to jinx it though. You know, when things are going good, I'm very superstitious. I'm very superstitious. Oh, it is a video. Let me share my screen. Yeah, we'll be able to see it right here for sure. Yeah, right there. Boom, right there. And it's got a stuffed animal on top. It's cute. A lot of candles too. I wanted to see the video. Make sure the stroller was there, and you can see it here in the picture too. Yeah, the plastic bag. Yep. Trying to see if I can find the picture. I know the picture's out there, and that's the thing too. Is like if I knew that, or if the rumor of Rebecca was pregnant, then they would, you know, the people in the waiting room in the courtroom, they would have said something because they had said something about the stroller. So you know, if she's pregnant, they're gonna definitely say something. But I keep my ear to the wall. You know what I noticed too in one of my first live? I think people were trying to take picture inside the window of the house of the home. I think I have to look back at it. Yeah, that's the big rumor right now. And the thing with those rumors is that sometimes they come into fruition, sometimes they're true, and they started as rumor. Um, and maybe this is one of those things because there was a rumor. There was a rumor that there was going to be an arrest, but we all kind of figured that was coming. I had a prediction that it was going to happen on Friday or Monday, and it happened on Friday. I mean, that was a rumor that came true, that came to fruition. And there was other rumors about the charges. Boom, that came true. There was rumors about a confession that turned out to be what is it, a lying truth or whatever. I mean, he was lying about shit. um and I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. So this one right now, that's the big rumor right now. I didn't hear anything about it in the waiting room. I would have definitely heard something. I'm trying to find the picture of the stroller in the backyard. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it's a trip. I don't know, it should be somewhere, but if I find it, I'll post it up. But yeah, I'm still kind of like uncomfortable that they did not close off the house. I don't know what was the thinking behind that, or um yeah, I don't know what the thinking behind that was. Mm-hmm. Definitely does. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining me, keeping the cases, the memories alive. Christie Wilson. We cover that. I'm going to have to learn how to. I'm going to have to learn how to like do timestamps. Because I know we went to a different thing. We kind of went back to this case, so I want to be able to put that on there. Like, hey, this, at this timestamp, we're talking about something different. Uh, but I think I made it clear, like towards the end of the case, and maybe that should be okay with that. Yeah, one of the, I mean, in my live, I mean, I gotta check back, but it looks like somebody's going into the window. It looks like somebody is going into the window. Let me, let me look at it. I gotta see for myself. I gotta see, because then it's just gonna be bothering me all day. And it was during the dark, so maybe we won't be able to see it. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm just tripping. Oh, while I'm looking for the video, I do want to mention too that like I hit on my last live, it kind of got all choppy, and some of the parts where I got choppy, I was talking about that I'm in a good place in the YouTube channel. I'm in a good place, having a balance, having a balance with the content, with my personal life, things like that, things of that nature. And people have been donating, which is great. I'm greatly appreciative, and I stretch a dollar out so it goes far. And thank you everybody for that. And yeah, I feel like I hit a sweet spot. I feel like I got lucky with the people that come in, and it's good to keep a balance, whether it's this, whether it's work, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your relationships, spiritual life. It's good to have a balance, and I feel like I hit a sweet spot where everything else that comes is just a blessing, but I'm not going to be worried about getting subs. I'm not going to worry about anything like that, or numbers. And just, I feel like that puts me in a good position to just cover the case as is, cover it as I see it with no agenda, which I think it should be, right? Um, but nevertheless, I'm very appreciative of everybody, very appreciative of the sub, very appreciative of the donations and the views and everybody that comes in here supporting the channel, and I really appreciate that. I mean, um it's good that everybody's coming along for the journey, because we definitely want to see justice. Definitely don't want to see half-assing or plea deals where they get off on a slap on the wrist. I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to imagine what would happen if that happens again. I mean, could you imagine them getting a plea deal, a slap on the wrist? Yeah, we're not gonna be able to see it, but I mean, if you guys check it out, it's at the 12-minute mark on my first live. If you have the chance, see if you can see somebody. Put a comment down there and see if you see somebody trying to go in through the window, or maybe I'm just tripping. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. Yeah, Kate, definitely, and I'm just very blessed, very fortunate, very lucky. Nikki, welcome in. Yeah, I'm gonna read that as soon as I'm gonna open up the first page, and we'll have to find it first. I don't know where it's at. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll donate books, because I have like I have a library, and it kind of gets overwhelming, and sometimes I'll just donate them to the Goodwill, instead of them just laying there, on the shelf collecting dust. Kate says, "Life is a balancing act. You're doing well. Over 300 subscribers now. You have built a great channel. We appreciate all you do too." Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That really means a lot. And I like quality when it comes to the channel over quantity. Like the 300 soldiers, 300 the movie. It's 300 warriors, 300 people solid, fighting armies. And oh, thank you, Kate. Appreciate that. And yeah, I'd rather just have quality people around me that want the best for me. I want the best for them, and that's what I try to surround myself with. It's just people that want the best for me, because I want the best for you. But yeah, if you have a chance, check that out. Maybe drop a comment, see if you see anything. I'm gonna check it out too. But I'm gonna look for that book. I really want to read that book again, and I'm gonna, yeah, I'll probably go over that book, because it's a powerful book. It's a powerful story, and it shows her experience in when she got kidnapped. But thank you so much, everybody. Hit the like button. Replay crew, thank you so much for joining me. I do my best to try to paint the picture for the replay crew. Sometimes you're washing dishes, you're working, and I appreciate you, having me in your ear, having me tell a story, having these cases, memories, staying alive. That's what it's about. Awareness, keeping the memories alive. for the missing and the murdered. And thank you again, everybody. Thank you so much. If you'd like to support the channel, my Venmo is here, Mark the Shark 943. Same with my Cash App, Mark the Shark 943. And I always say this: it's not required, it's not necessary, but it is greatly appreciated. Again, thank you everybody who's donated to the channel, support the channel. It goes a long way. I love you, everybody. Love you all. Have a